Thank you, Dan. And thank you all for coming. Thanks to the Smith-Rafael Film Center and all of you for coming out tonight. In the process of writing my debut novel, The Peach Seed, I deepened my engagement with the legacy of words and wisdom that James Baldwin left behind, and he left us a lot to think about, a lot to feel. I began writing the story in 2007, and that was 8 years after my father, Mr. Silas Jones, passed away. And I found myself with a question. You know how that happens, the question you wish you had asked. And I wanted to know from my dad how the Black men of his generation, born in 1921 in Southwest Georgia, how did they manage to be leaders in their homes, in their churches, communities, on their jobs, when the domineering culture and the government, by way of actual laws and policies, considered them unworthy and unequal. I wasn't able to ask him, so I turned to the page to find an answer to that question. And Baldwin, of course, had some thoughts on that. And when I started reading and researching and finding out things that he said about it, I found this quote that I put in the front of the book. I will excerpt it, it's a little long. But it says, "One could not be in any Southern community for long and not be confronted with the question of what a man is, should do, or become." What brought this question to the front of my mind, of course, was the fact that so many Black men I talked to in the South in those years were, I can find no other word for them, heroic. Their heroism was to be found less in large things than in small ones, less in public than in private. What impressed me was how they went about their daily tasks in the teeth of the Southern terror. You can count on Baldwin to put the words into your mouth and into your mind, and that's why I never, ever tire of finding something to read by Baldwin. And I'm sure you share my sentiments, or you wouldn't be here tonight. Here's another Baldwin quote, the one that led Dan to invite me to be here tonight. And I love this one. He said, "Talent is insignificant. I know a lot of talented ruins. Beyond talent lie all the usual words: discipline, love, luck, but most of all, endurance." My journey to finish the book, find an agent, and find a publishing home took 14 years. And so as my character Fletcher Dukes would say, one thing about it, and that's all one word, one thing about it. Anita Gail Jones knows a little something about endurance. So please mark your calendars. Thank you for coming tonight. Mark your calendars. Corte Madera Book Passage will host my book launch on August 5th at 4 p.m. I hope you all will come. But now, I'm honored to join you as we feast on these 3 newly restored documentaries, Baldwin Abroad.